Salam, everyone. Welcome back to the Islam podcast. I am your host for this evening, Abdullah Patel, and I'm joined here by a newer guest. My bad, guys. I had the podcast on my phone. I'm joined by another, a new guest this season. He hasn't appeared on the podcast this season. It's the goalie of Yaqeen, Mr. Arsal Bhatti. Assalamualaikum, Arsal. How are you doing?
Walaikum salam. Alhamdulillah, good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So, we have a lot to talk about. Some interesting scores. We have five waivers slash trades to go over. Two have been announced, three that have not been announced in anticipation for this podcast. Really, we'll really kind of see where we are with the standings, with the stats, and how things happen or how things are shaping up to be for playoffs. So yeah, definitely an you know, exciting podcast today, and I think the next podcast will be the playoff preview podcast. So definitely, things are gonna look a lot different from now till the end of the week. So yeah, we'll kind of just go over some of the week 9 scores. I know we didn't go over the week 8 scores, but I think just for the sake of time, we'll focus on week 9 and kind of just where we are, moving forward. And as you guys can see, I'll make it a little bit bigger actually. We have week 9, the first game of the evening. It was Iman versus Ihsan. This game ended 1-1. Arsel, did you get a chance to catch this game?
I played in this game.
Oh yeah, you did play in this game. Okay, so perfect. We have first-hand recount from this game. You were in net for Iman.
Yeah, I was in net for Iman.
Okay,
He
okay.
couldn't make it.
Cool. So why don't you kind of walk us through what kind of happened in this game and what you saw behind between the sticks?
You know what? This game it was very tight. I would say both teams came out like full force. Like Iman pushed as well. Same with Ihsan. I know that Iman is kind of already in the playoff bracket, and Ihsan really needed this win, so they came out like with whatever they had. I know Hamza Ali was like going at it, like Daoud, Abdulaziz, like you name it, like Bilal and Ryan, like it was it was a good defensive game from both. But at the same time, I feel like the goalies also showed up. I know that Iman got a quick goal in the beginning with a shot from Naeem. Um, he took a wrist shot that caught Mufti off guard, I believe. But then and then after that, Ihsan just kept pushing, man. They kept coming back again and again and again, and we couldn't, like, Iman couldn't finish their chances, and they just couldn't put the ball in the net after that. And then, but Ihsan just kept coming, and then at one point, I'm like, what's going on? Like we need to get the ball out of our zone. We couldn't even get the ball out of our zone. It
Yeah,
was
for
to that
sure.
extent. So, I think that the 1-1 tie is a really hard fought tie from both teams, but I think Asan really wanted to win. Like they were really pushing to win this game, and they should have won. But credit to Iman's defense that came clutch.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. And so with this tie, Iman is, this game essentially was a 4-point game in the playoff race because, Ihsan in 7th place is on the outside looking in, and Iman is in 6th place, just in that final spot. And so, whoever won this game really would have been, more likely to make the playoffs. I know Iman does still have a lead with points over Ihsan, but Ihsan kind of needs to take all the points he can get. So a drop point here, especially with Iman missing one of their GMs. I think Ihsan could have done a little bit better, and this could be the thing that makes them miss the playoffs. We'll talk more about standings as we go on, but we'll move into this game. So you actually played back to back then. That means you played at 8 and 9, right?
Well, I was done. Like I kid you not. Like when I walked into this game, I went to MP and DP. I'm like, bro, I am exhausted. Or to Donnie, I was like, yo, man, just try to contain it as much as you can. But this was like this game right here, it was like this was big. Like
Yeah.
we were talking about this game all week.
Yeah, no, definitely. So we have the two Molten trios battling it up against each other. Both trios seemingly on opposite ends of the standings. We have Yakin, who is in the race for first. They came into this evening just 2 or 3 points behind Takwa, and Ikhlas winless still in game week 9. With 3 ties and 6 losses, so this was a big game for both teams. Ikhlas pretty much almost needs to win every single game now in order to make the playoffs. But they had a lead going into the end of the game, and yeah, with 30 shots, you really kind of stood on your head, especially on a back to back. So definitely credit to you, credit to your team, and we see here Mohammad Shabir Patel MP with 3 goals. And the player of the week kind of performance from him. So, definitely a big performance from the GM of Yakin. And yeah, I think the one thing that we got to talk about is just Ikhlas and how their season has been so far, and just what you saw, especially you faced them, this week. So what did you kind of see from their team?
You know what? Like on paper, they have a very good team. They have a very young team. That's number one, right? So like when I look at the class, like they have offense. It's not like they don't have offense. They have players that can shoot. Like Ayaz is an offensive-minded defenseman. Irfan, same thing, offensive-minded defenseman. They also have Zahir Kazi and they have Salman Khalid. So like I think they also have Shai Gauda. So they have really good players on the offense that can score goals. I think the problem for them all season has been their defense. They don't have a defensive defenseman or a shutdown defenseman that can really stop those goals and stop those plays. And like Musa can only do so much, right? He's trying the best he can. But I think the problem has been is that like as a goalie, whenever like the score is past 2 or 3, you always tend to think, okay, you know what, like what more can I do, right? Like where I'm trying my best. So I think stopping the goals has been an issue for them all season long. And again, like you can tell, 30 shots, they can shoot. We know that, right? They have shooters. They can pass, they can shoot, but it's their defensive breakdowns like that. That's what's causing them. Like MP, like if MP doesn't get Player of the Week, bro, that guy like he got snubbed. I hope he gets Player of the Week. He deserves it. Like this game was all MP, like 3 goals, and the guy just showed up, man. He was doing everything, passing, shooting, scoring. And I'm like, dude, this is the MP we know. He's like the Pool A MP. So
Yeah,
yeah,
for
he
sure. So
showed up.
yeah, with that performance, he did win Player of the Week. We still haven't got his
Nice.
video in. He said he's gonna send it, so maybe we'll post it tomorrow. But yeah, definitely a big performance from him, and with that, he keeps his team in the race for first place, because if they don't tie, then they go pretty much into fourth place or fifth place. So that is a big result in this in the playoff race. Moving into the third game, we have Rida versus Haya. Coming into this, Rida only had I believe what, 1 loss or 3. Let me look at the standings. Who did they have? They have yeah, Rida had 3 losses, but they were on a kind of a win streak, and so for Haya to stop Rida, especially the speedy Siddiqui brothers, with the addition of AR Batar this week, Haya had a really good performance. Wakar Khan, 2 goals. He did win Player of the Week last week. So good to see him continuing up his form. He did come on waivers. So definitely a good pickup for Haya. Hussein Malik here, we have a goal and 2 assists. And Hamza Chaudhry, third star of the game with an assist. And yeah, I think what I saw from this game was Haya is definitely the same powerhouse that we've seen for now the last couple of seasons. I know in the winter season they finished first place. Luke and Akib led their team to a semifinal appearance, and in the season they finished first because they were just a really all-star team. And it looks the same this season. They have guys like Muin that are performing, guys like Wakar that are performing. And then, on the defensive end, Chris, then one of the newer guys to the league, he was drafted, I believe, in the 10th round, and he really never played organized ball hockey until Islam. And so, for him to be putting up such big defensive numbers and even putting up points offensively. It's a really big success for Team Haya, and so they are also in that hunt for first place as well. Moving into the last game, I played in this game. Sabr beat Takwa 4-3. This game was really even all the way around. Usama Bula with the first start of the game, 2 goals and 2 assists. Bully with a goal and an assist, and Tariq Kazi with 3 assists. So all 3 players that were the stars were the GMs of their respected teams. But yeah, this game was just insane. It was goal after goal after goal after goal. It was really it was really just getting back on track after conceding a goal. And then from a Sabres standpoint, it was really, we were on a 3-game winning streak and we did not want to lose to these guys because we had just gotten our groove. And for Takwa, they did come a bit late. It was an 11 o'clock game, and somehow they started the game with no goalie. They started the game with no goalie, and they started the game with no bench. So they had literally 6 guys to just start the game, and we somehow didn't score in the first 2 minutes. And then Muhib, who's not even,
Bro, that's so funny, man.
he's not even a recognized goalie. Muhib Shah was in the net for them, and it was only 4-3. He made 16 saves. So
Bro, that's crazy.
yeah, he made some good saves, and so definitely a big game for him. And a big game for Sabres GMs, because Usama kind of just took over at the beginning. Tariq with 3 assists, and we got goals from Adam Sheikh. And goals, I believe Hassanji also scored, Hassanji Patel. So we got scoring from all over, and that definitely helped us go even closer to that first place spot. So yeah, those are the games for week 10. We'll take a look now at the recent kind of trades and moves that we've made. So we have
But shout out to Muib, the goalie, eh?
yeah.
He's a changed man now.
Yeah.
It's a new challenge for him. I love it.
Yeah, so the first kind of move we announced this last week was Altaf dropped out. He was the first round pick for Team Isan, and Mohamed Kalir comes in. He cleared waivers. Nobody claimed him for Team Isan, and this was definitely one of a more surprising move. I think maybe Altaf. I believe he's traveling, but definitely a big departure for Team Isan. And but they get Mohamed Kalir now, so hopefully that will kind of help them change their season around. They do need some wins.
You know what, AP? I will disagree. I think that is probably one of the best moves. I'll tell you what. Yeah, because Altaf he's a playmaker, right? And you already have a lot of playmakers in Isan, and Isan needed a solidified demon that can take them forward. And with Mac coming into the picture, that's what I noticed they were missing, and that's who they got. Even the game against us, the score was 1-1. It could have been a lot worse, but I saw how heavily they relied on Mac to shut down plays and take those shots from the point. And that gave Daoud, you can say, the flexibility to be the actual playmaker that he is. Having two playmakers like that want to run everything on the team, it's very hard. So them getting Mac actually helps them, and I think it's probably going to be a good move for them.
For sure. Yeah, they stopped their losing streak actually with that tie against Iman. So definitely they're hoping to get back into the win column now. Because they really need 3 wins out of 3 games. Them and Ikhlas both do that. So the next move that we also announced last week, which was Rizwan Malik of Rida dropping out and AR Batar coming in. Once again, cleared waivers. Nobody claimed, especially for a 9th round. Maybe someone like Ikhlas or Ihsan or Iman, who is at the kind of the lower end of the standings. Maybe they wanted to change something up, but I guess not. So that's that kind of happened, and AR did play for Rida last week. Now for the first unannounced, this is the first newer waiver this week. Zakaria Ali of Rida. So another Rida player dropping out. This was their 2nd round pick. And the player that they brought in is Ibrahim Siddiqui. He is the third Siddiqui brother. So now all three
That
Siddiqui
line unites. Yeah.
brothers are on Rida. And I know, Arsenal, you have played with these guys a year ago. Last year, you were the goalie for them. So, why don't you kind of just talk about what Ibrahim kind of brings to this already stacked Rida team?
Ibrahim brings calmness. That's what he brings, because you already have like obviously the other Siddiqui brothers. Like we all know their biggest thing is speed, right? And skill. And them, they were just missing. It's like if I take it back to like the old Canucks time, it's like having Todd Bertuzzi, Marcus Naslund, and Morrison all on one line, right? If the pieces are not there, then it doesn't click and it doesn't work. And maybe that's what they needed to get the push into the playoffs, is adding the third Siddiqui brother, and they got him right. And Ibrahim's going to bring exactly that. So the fact that they have all three Siddiquis on one line, and you know that they're a deep team, they have others that can also be on line 2 and 3. This is going to be scary for the other teams, because now they have all of them, and
Yeah,
they got speed,
definitely.
and they got skill, and they got shoot too.
So they,
So
they lose they lose Zakaria Ali on defense though, so that could be costly. But their forward lines are absolutely stacked. They have the three Siddiqui brothers on one line. Asif Bika also fell really far in the
right,
draft, so they have
yeah,
him, who's putting up numbers. He's almost at 100 goals in his Islam career, so that's pretty sick.
Bika.
Yeah, big up
Yeah, shout
Vika.
out Bika.
And yeah, we definitely are going to see a much scarier Reddit team than we've already seen. They're already 5-1-3 this year. So like they're gonna be like, even crazier this year with the addition of Ibrahim for the next 3 games and then playoffs. So yeah, shout out them. The next waiver, we have another waiver. Unfortunately, Faraz Alvi dropped out. He was a last round pick for Team Iman. Iman brought in Haris Sheikh. He is a little bit newer to the league. He did play in the summer. He was on Dawood's team in the summer.
Holy
Um,
shit. I don't know that brother.
yeah. I think if you played summer on Ihsan, you would probably know him. But yeah, Dawood, no surprise, claimed the guy that he had in the summer. So Dawood claimed him. He was a last round pick. And Dawood gave his second last round pick, Umar Qureshi, to Iman as compensation. So we can see Umar Qureshi over here. He is given to Iman as compensation. So honestly, I think the person who made it out the best out of this so far is Umar Qureshi, because
Yeah, 100%.
he goes from 7th place to in a playoff spot and in a good position to clinch a playoff spot. They could clinch a playoff spot this week. So definitely, Umar Qureshi is not complaining that he's going to Iman. And yeah, another big addition. This is your team. So Adam Ahmed, your guys' first round pick for Yakin, has dropped out. Unfortunately, he actually hasn't come since week 2, which I did not notice that. Like Yakin still put up big numbers, and they were missing their first round pick since week 2.
We had
So
depth.
yeah, they bring in Umir Ingar. He clears waivers, which I literally messaged Yusuf Siddiqui, and I'm like, you should have traded your brother. Trade your brother to get Umir. Or like, is it like Ikhlas? Ikhlas could give up Ayaz and take Umir. Like Umir is a game changer. He was GM of Yakin when they won in
Yep.
winter 2024,
And he
and
plays Kool-Aid
this
Molten.
this guy's a powerhouse. Like he
Yeah.
is literally a game changer, and the fact that he joins Yakin, who already has MP and Dippy and Donnie, like these guys are, your team just got insanely more stacked, and I think the odds for Yakin are, even bigger. So yeah, this is a pretty big move for Team Yakin, and
Yeah, I like this move. I like this move because like now we have Donnie, MP, and Omer on line 1, and then we got Dippy, Abid, Sulu, Bonnie. And then we got also Qasim. Like this is solid, man. Omer coming on the team, I was so happy. I was so happy Omer's there.
yeah, for sure. So yeah, with that, we'll kind of just take a look at the standings and where we stand so far. Let me fix the screen here. Okay, so basically, after 9 games, Rida stays in first, or Takwa is in first place with 12 points. In second place, there's a tie for second. So Rida, Yakin, and Sabr are all tied for second place with 11 points. If Yakin doesn't tie, if MP doesn't go off, Yakin falls to tying for 5th place. So,
MP will go off.
you know, it's here it is. And in 5th place, we have Haya with 10 points. And in 6th place, we have Iman with 9 points. So 1st place to 6th place is 3 points. Iman could still, if Iman wins the next 3 games, hypothetically could still be, take 1st place and take that bye. So, this is an insane, kind of playoff race. Probably one of the closest races we've seen. So that the only team that has clinched a playoff spot is Takwa so far. Every other team has not clinched playoffs. The max Ihsan can get is 11. So these guys are tied for it. But, depending on head-to-head, depending on goal differential and stuff, Ihsan could still replace any of these teams in the playoffs. So only Takwa really is the only team that could lose the rest of the games and would still make the playoffs. So I think one thing we'll focus on now is just the bottom of the standings. We have Ihsan with 1 win, 5 losses, and 3 ties, and Ikhlas with 0 wins, 6 losses, and 3 ties. This has not been a good season for Dawood, Bilal, and Hamza Ali, and has not been a good season for the Malton trio in Ikhlas. So, Arso, what do you think, has been the problem? And do you think there's a chance that any of these teams could inch their way up to a playoff spot?
I think Ikhlas is already eliminated, right? Or can they make it?
Okay, yeah. So this was what, basically, Ikhlas is all but eliminated, but there's like a 2% chance they could make it. Okay, I'll break it down. Basically, the tiebreaker is points, then wins, and head-to-head. And then if head-to-head, that's tied, then it goes goal differential, and then goals for. So basically, Ikhlas essentially could still make the playoffs. They have 3 games left. That's 6 points. They could end up with 9. Ihsan, basically, the only way for Ikhlas to make it now is if Iman loses their next 3 games, Ikhlas wins the next 3 games, and they get 9. And then Ihsan wins 2 out of 3 games, and they all have 9. If all 3 teams are tied with 9 points, there's a chance that Ikhlas could make it on goal differential.
That's wild. That's hard, though.
It's hard. It's like, there has to be 5 different things that need to happen for the next 3 weeks in order for them to make it. So they aren't mathematically eliminated yet. There is still hope, but it's a very, very slim chance. And that's why the game against Yakin was so important for them to get a win. And when MP kind of just, sent his own boys kind of back home and, send them to Cancun.
I love it.
With that. So, that's kind of where we're looking now. But, any one of these teams really can finish first place and get that pivotal bye. If you're first place, you first of all don't have to play in the quarterfinals. And then you also get to choose your opponent for the semifinals. And so
I think I can kind of talk about Ikhlas a bit. I think for them to win the next 3 games, every game needs to be a very solid defensive performance. Just straight up. I know that Musa's got it in him. He needs to shut down for the next 3 games anything that he can, but the defense needs to step up big. And if the defense steps up big and gives him the support, and they keep the score to at least 1 or 2, and they let the offense do its job, there's a high chance that they can win all 3 games. But at the same time, I know with the Ihsan, they obviously with Mac joining them, that also puts them in a category to watch out for, because with Mac in the back end, that team is very strong. And we know, I'm not gonna lie to you, when I first saw Ihsan play and I saw their power play, I was like, dude, that's a scary power play. They had Hamza Ali, Dawood, Altaf, Bilal, Rian, and I was like, dude, that's insane, right? So we know Ihsan can score. I think with Ihsan, it's a mental thing. They need to just kind of level set again and come hungry. And then any time they go down, it's up to Dawood and the GMs to kind of just give belief in their team that, hey, it's okay, keep pushing, And then it's just gonna take 1 win. I guarantee if they win 1 game, they're gonna keep winning right to the end. That's the type of team they have, because I've been with Ihsan, and their mindset, the minute you get the first win, now you're firing on all cylinders.
For sure. So we'll quickly just go over the schedule for the next 3 weeks, and then we'll end the podcast a little bit early today. I kind of had to go somewhere, but this Friday we have Ihsan versus Haya. So a big game for Ihsan. You know, they really want to take a win away from Haya. Taqwa versus Ikhlas. So Ikhlas last place versus first place. This is gonna be, you know, a mountain for them to climb. If they don't win, they get eliminated from the playoffs. Also, Rida versus Iman. If Iman wins, Iman eliminates Ikhlas from the playoffs.
It's a big
So
week.
it's a big week. And then Yakin versus Sabr. So another two teams that are tied for second place. If Taqwa loses and one of these teams win, they could move into first place if, you know, Rida also loses. So, you know, definitely a big week. Then we move to week 11. Yakin versus Haya, another big performance. Haya has been playing really good. Yakin has been also been playing really good, but now they have Umair. Sabr versus Rida. Rida won the first game, and you know, Sabr has now been on a 4-game winning streak. Could they, like, you know, this could be easily a finals matchup. This could be a finals match. Any one of these, honestly, could be a finals matchup. And the biggest game, I think, of the season in week
Ihsan
11,
versus Ikhlas. Oh, I'm gonna watch that.
it's fun. It's 7 versus 8. And so basically the winner of this game, if Ikhlas is still in, basically ends the other team's season. This could be the, you know, the week that like clinches the whole playoff scenario. You know, so this is a really big game here. And then we have the last week, Ihsan versus Taqwa, Sabr versus Haya, Iman and Yakin, and Rida versus Ikhlas. So Ikhlas now, you know, unfortunately, they have to go up against, you know, a Taqwa team that's first place, a Rida team that's tied for second, and the Ihsan team that's just above them in the playoff in the standings. So it's a big mountain for, if it isn't impossible, Ikhlas can do it. Like they have the players Ayaz, Irfan Unia, Asim Patel, Zahir. Like they have some good guys. They need to kind of make a change now and really see if it's worth fighting for them. You know?
Yeah, if I'm then, I would change the lineups, do whatever I can, and just get something different going, right? Try
Yeah,
something
for sure.
different at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, and kind of, you know, with that, there still is a lot to play for. I know we talk about like, you know, season on the line and stuff, but there still is a lot to play for each team. And so, you know, the next 3 weeks will be a really, really big, important, pivotal kind of you know, moment for all the teams. So definitely, yeah, if you guys are watching this now or watching this tomorrow morning or whenever, you know, inshallah, week what is this? Week 10 is really fun, and you know, we could see a bunch of teams clinch the playoff spot, or we could see Ihsan win and, you know, keep their hopes alive. So yeah, definitely a very big performance needed from every team. And so yeah, inshallah, see you
Yeah,
guys at the hangar tomorrow.
yeah,
And
show it with popcorn.
all right, so
Bring popcorn.
any closing words? You can have the last say today.
I appreciate it, man. No, man. Listen. It's this is a very unique season where like all the points are so close together that anything can happen at any moment, and that's what keeps it exciting. There's no like a large gap between the first place team to like the last place team. So
Yeah,
and that's what makes it fun, right? That's what makes games more interesting and more competitive. So I'm looking forward to the next 3 weeks because it's going to be a lot of fun. Bring popcorn. It's going to be a lot of fun.
for sure, for sure. So yeah, with that, we will end the podcast now. Jazakallah guys for listening and tuning in. And well, the Leafs are in overtime right now, so I'll go put
So
that on.
funny.
And yeah, inshallah, see you guys tomorrow. All right, assalamu alaikum, guys.
Yeah. Take care. Sound like a brother.